Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from AstroLada.com, and my guest today is astrologer Christina Simon. Hello, Christina.
Hi, Lada. Thank you so much to having me back. And thank you so much to giving me this topic. It is an honor and it is a very, very heavy topic. Today we decide to talk about Mars retrograde and the opposition with Pluto, right?
Because it's also the first retrograde is right about the first opposition around the elections, isn't it?
Yes,
And the
November
third,
3rd. Uh-huh.
and then the next one is like January 6th. Is it?
Yes,
Isn't
January
it
6th.
like something happens in America then, swearing of presidents or something? I don't.
Yes. Yes,
So
and I'm gonna talk about that as well. And as I said, it's a very heavy topic, so please don't shoot the messenger. I'm only analyzing the aspect in the sky. And actually, for you people who doesn't understand my accent, I also did a slideshow and I also did a blog, and it's going to be Chris probably gonna put that under the video. And like we can have it and they can read it, whatever I brought up also. So if you don't understand and not familiar with accents, then you're welcome to read my analysis. And yes, it is. And because we are interwoven, actually, that's why, it's going to affect everyone. Yes, America's election going to affect all of us.
oh my God, I can't wait to hear your insights. A couple of months ago, three, we made an interview with Christina where she talks about the next year ahead, predictions, and so many of the things you said they're happening already, and people are blown away and they say, we want to hear more from Christina. Christina is not just an astrologer, she's also a palmist, a face reader, healer. She's also a financial astrologer. If you want to have a personal reading with her, I'm putting a link below. She's like everything esoteric. She knows it. I've never seen a renaissance person like you. And also she recorded for each of the 12 signs 3-hour video or written option for 2025. She's been doing them a whole year. I'm putting a link below for your 12 signs, whichever one you want. She sold like 1,000 or more already, and they're fantastic, so in depth. But yeah, if you want to connect with Christina or get one of her 2025 really in depth horoscope for the 12 signs, links are below. And now I give you the word, you can share your screen. I can't wait to hear.
Thank you so much. Also, if you have anything to share with me, just let me know and let's talk about this because, as I said, it's a heavy topic. And I also going to actually start with, and I'm gonna share the sky as well with you guys. Let me share the here my slideshow with you guys, and I think that is my slideshow. And I'm very proud of myself being a Pisces sun and have no knowledge about technology. I learned a lot of things right now with slideshow. The boys actually showed me. So the topic today going to be Mars retrograde in Leo, Cancer, and opposed Pluto. We also going to talk a little bit about the market as well. So the financial market as well. I'm going to share some insight over there, and also the housing market as well. But we got to understand, and I'm going to also show you again Trump chart, Biden chart, and the US chart, because it's all interwoven. We are interwoven with each other's life. That's why I always tell you guys, watch the butterfly effect. That's a movie, or the Babel movie, because this is incredible. And you will understand how we affect each other's life, no matter how far away you live from me, but we do. And also, I'm telling you, yes, prayers are helping. No matter who you're gonna watch right now, everybody going to have some kind of bad news because this is a bad aspect in heaven. Mars and Pluto, both of them is really malefic. And the opposition itself, it's a Saturnian energy. And because of Pluto being right now with the first opposition, it's going to happen between Capricorn and Cancer, right? And it started actually with the conjunction between them February 15th, if you remember, guys, because Pluto just ingressed Aquarius, and oh no, because that's Aquarius. Okay, it didn't start. But the next one, when I'm gonna talk about that, when it's gonna be Aquarius Leo, then it's the synodic cycle started there. But anyway, we're going to talk about different houses as well, and I'm going to tell you why. So that is what we talk about. And then let me just read something over here. I found you a beautiful quotes, guys, because we have to understand this is an incredible, strong energy. And yes, there is going to be a lot of fallen soldiers. There is going to be a lot of unfortunate events. Just what I said before, it's going to be a hurricane season and tsunamis for 2 years. It's already happening with us in Florida. We experienced a lot of things. So just get prepared and pray, and we are going to be ready together. But that is my quote for you today. Find people who can handle your darkest truth, who don't change the subject when you share your pain or try to make you feel bad for feeling bad. Find people who understand we all struggle, some of us more than others, and that there's no weakness in admitting in it. Find people who want to be real, however that looks and feels, and who want you to be real too. Find people who get that life is hard sometimes, and who get that life is also beautiful, and who aren't afraid to honor both of those realities. Find people who help you feel more at home in your heart, mind, and body, and who take joy in your joy. Find people who love you for real and who accept you for real, just as you are. They are out there, these people. Your tribe is waiting for you. So whenever I introduce myself, usually I say, hi, my wise astrology tribe, because I think tribal, Pluto going to Aquarius, it's going to be really, really important to find our people. So that's quote belong from them. And if you find your people with this opposition, it's going to be insanely good to keep each other's company and help each other's. Here is the picture. Do you see, Lada, the picture?
Can you press like the slideshow button because it's kind of compressed?
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
Yes, now it's
Okay. I don't know. And then I can go up and, oh,
yeah.
all right. So this technology, great.
Oh,
All right. So I just actually, this is a snapshot. The moment Mars going to station retrograde. Why is it important, guys? It's not only the retrograde, and we have to talk about Mars archetype or the picture in the sky is really, really important when it stations retrograde. It's the closest to Earth, and it's really, really intense. It's very raw, fiery, aggressive energy over here. So here is the picture, and Mars is going at stations at 6 degrees retrograde, okay? And then the moment it's station retrograde, it's out of sign, here it is, out of sign opposition with Venus, Pluto, Ceres in Capricorn, very late minutes, 29 degrees and 37 minutes. And it's Bacchus also over here, the asteroid Bacchus. And we're going to talk about a tiny bit about that as well. And what else is happening in the sky? You know, Mars is actually on two fixed stars within a degree orb, so that is going to be extreme. That is Ashelus Borealis, and which is Mars and Sun archetype, Ptolemy, and the other one is the beehive, and I can't pronounce it, Prayasape, Prayas. but when I'm going to do the slideshow, you're going to be able to pronounce that word, and I just somehow can't. So you're going to have me to pronounce it. But the English version of that is the beehive. It's Mars and Moon, very, very protective. And because Mars is in Cancer right now, when we're recording this video, it's very important because that's the protective energy. In the beehive, everybody is waiting, when they can attack, or that is a really protective energy. And also what we have to understand, when Mars is going to move backward, it's also going to hit Cetus, and Cetus is over there, an asteroid, and it is a very, very violent asteroid as well. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit. All right, so then I'm going forward, and that is the Mars retrograde timeline. So Mars actually entered the shadow period on October 5, and that was in 17 degrees Cancer. And then it's gonna station retrograde in Leo at 6 degrees, so it's going to be within orbs, right? And then Mars going to go back to Cancer on the 7th of January 2025. And then we're going to have also on the 6th, we're gonna have what we were just talking about. Oh my God. Oh, the opposition, the second opposition. Yes. So the 6th, it's going to be the second opposition with Pluto, because Mars going to oppose Pluto 3 times. And it's going to be once in Cancer on November 3rd, then January 6th on the inauguration day, on the 3rd and 4th before the election and the inauguration day. And then after that, it's going to oppose in March again, I believe so, but we're going to see the timeline. So Mars going to ingress Cancer 7th of January, and then it's going to turn direct on the 24th of January in Cancer, 17 degrees.
February
And yeah,
or the
February, yes, February, that's, yeah, my birthday. And then it's going to leave retrograde shadow period on May 2nd. So as you can see, it's extremely long time in Cancer and Leo. It is really, really, and what you have to know, Mars is out of bound from January 1st until April 4th. He gonna go crazy. When an out of the bone planet, you can imagine like you have a ping pong ball in a small room, and you just press it to the wall and it's going all over, and it's crazy in that. So that's the energy of Mars over there. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the houses, all right, and the planets, because we are doing collective, mundane astrology, and you have to understand why I'm going to say the examples, what I say. So first of all, it's going to have the first house, because of Mars rules the first house and the eighth house. The ancient ruler, the old avatar of Scorpio, and the ruler of Aries. In Aries, it's totally different. It's very bold, intense, raw energy. It is all our desire, and that could be courageous, because Mars could be both, guys. Each planet has positive and negative energy. Mars either the hero or the terrorist. So, when we are talking about an aspect and the planet, we have to actually interpret everything in it. And that's why I showed you the sky picture as well, because it's going to be very, very important. And I'm gonna go back to the sky picture because of just for a second, because I wanted to show the part of fortune over there and why is it gonna be important later on for us. But then we're going to talk about the fifth house. Why? Because Mars going to station retrograde in Leo, and it's gonna be really, really important because Mars feels really good in Leo at the first time. Right? Because it's the big brother. It feels great over there, two fiery signs. So the first house, and anything to do with shareholder interest and also companies' identity and public perception as well, the way we are seeing things, right? And then we're going to go to the fourth house also because it's going to drop back to Cancer as well. And fourth house, anything to do or real estate market, anything to do with the office buildings. And after COVID, a lot of office building got actually unoccupied. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And, anything to do with tangible assets and land history and landscape as well. Geopolitical change in landscape because Mars, Pluto, the war, and opposition in politics as well, because Mars, the fourth house actually is the opposition political side, and the 10th house is who is ruling right now. So, you can check that for your country. And the fifth house, anything to do with entertainment business. Mars, Pluto is sexual scandals. And because of it's in Leo, this is famous people, right? So there is going to be a lot more sexual scandal. And, P. Diddy case, we all know about it, and it's going to bring down a lot of people right now.
Not just PDD, but because Mars in Leo retrograde, a lot
Yeah.
of the celebrity culture is okay.
Yeah,
Darkness will come out. All the
and Leo also ruled by the sun. The sun is the king, the ruler. So it's gonna be a lot of politician involved. So why? Because of the moment, the very first opposition between these two, Pluto and Mars, gonna happen in Capricorn and Cancer, and Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces, which is glamour and vocalists, singers and movie stars. And Saturn is politician. So you have to understand why I'm saying the examples, because it's all interconnected. So one retrograde, it's all interconnected. All right. And for example, the fifth house rules the sport and entertainment business. It is sport leagues as well. So I think there are going to be some sportmen, very famous sportmen also, who gonna be in these scandals, unfortunately, and we're going to learn about that. And the narrative going to change, guys. Finally, it's you think I'm a fear monitor, or I'm fear spreader, but I'm not. I'm just translating the aspect for you to be ready. But finally, we are going to be seeing clearly, because of the hidden is surfacing. With Pluto actually getting out November 19, thanks God, from Capricorn, the centralized power, what we had, it's not gonna be kept by the government, by the 1%. It's going to belong from us. And is it gonna be hard? Damn hard. The first 2 years, doesn't matter if you want to put your head in the sand, do it. But it's gonna be hard. Get ready, because together we can make a change. That's why you were born here. You chose to be born here. So that's it. And then, but we're
You're
going to talk
saying
about.
Pluto moving into Aquarius will take the power away from Capricorn governments to Aquarius is the people. But Aquarius is also scientists and technocrats.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I hope more to people's hands than theirs.
So, Silicon Valley, and also, if you want to understand or don't, technology going to be major in our life. That's why I'm studying like crazy. Being a Pisces sun, it's very hard for me to learn technology, but do it, because that's the future. And actually, I just had a podcast with Alan Kay, who does the Dwarf Planet University, and he's from New Zealand, and an older gentleman, and very humble, very great knowledge. And he said, either you want or not, that's what's gonna be. Take it and change it for your advantage. If you learn it right now, then you are be the top who actually capable to manipulate this situation, and your life going to get better. If you are not willing to learn or go with the changes, a lot of time fixed stars are very, very hard for them to change. Scorpios, Leos, they don't want to have the change, and it's hard for them. And also Aquarius, but right now Pluto going to there, yes, there is very technological, tech savvy. There is going to be 70% of the jobs going to be replaced, guys.
Mhm.
We're gonna have jobs what you never thought it's gonna exist. Never. And next time we can talk about that maybe. What
Yes,
do we
that's very
see?
exciting topic.
Yes.
What kind of jobs will appear instead?
And actually, I wrote down a few, but I don't want this one to be very long. So that's why I'm saying that next time we're going to talk about that. And I came up with a lot of new jobs, what is possible. And we will see if you have idea, like what do you think it's going to happen? Just, throw it to us. We want to learn from you as well. So yes, that is the fifth house. And also we have to talk about the financial sphere because of the bank itself going to be bypassed, guys. We're not going to have that kind of it's gonna take like 2 3 years, with cryptocurrency, and everything is changing on the world, but it's going to be bypassed. And for example, the eighth house over here, the banking operations, debts, and everything to do with insurance policies, life insurance policies, credit management, loan, and everything to do with also mortality rate and military aggression. Unfortunately, Pluto, yes, the war is extending. You can see, right? You are not blind. It doesn't need only planetary aspect to translate. If you are not blind, you're watching news, you're reading. You don't even have to watch the regular media, which is baloney. But, just I didn't want to use because I'm cursing a lot and I'm a sailor, but really, just read, and that's you will see what's going on there. So yes, the Pluto is power and money. And actually in mundane astrology, that's the interest rate. That's the 10 years bond as well. And also political extremist as well. Cult. Careful, because when Pluto goes to Aquarius and opposing Mars, you can be actually not only cyber attacked, something to do with your bank account, and they can withdraw the money. I have a lot of clients, unfortunately, it's already happening for them. But it is also could be like they can bring you in court. Why? Because some people are going to feel so lost and hopeless. And because of that, they want to hold on to something, and they are would get actually, manipulated with a stronger mind. That's why I always say never let your power out for anyone, not for me when I'm reading, not for you. Always do your research. Your power is in your hand. We are your co-pilot. You are the pilot of your airplane. That's it. So that's very important. So yes, there is a lot of more cult is going to come also. But eventually after 2 years, we're going to solve this situation, and it's going to get better, guys. It's always going to get better, but the beginning, it's hard. And also you have to understand in personal lives, it's not concentrated at one moment, one area of the earth. It's all over. Some people doesn't even feel it because some people experience heaven and some does experience hell in this lifetime. So you also have to understand this. Okay, and what is Mars in collective astrology, right? It's action, it's coal, steel, diamonds, military defense, gun stock as well. So we also going to see, some kind of difference over here with the steel mining and also anything diamond mining and the coal mining as well, because Pluto also mining as well, right? It's the one who is mining all the Martian energy. For example, we're going to have Venus at the beginning. I showed you the sky picture with Pluto together and Bacchus, which is indulgence and overindulgence. Bacchus is wine. Bacchus is love, sex, and wine, and like orgies. So obviously that it's together, it's unfortunately could be some kind of overindulgence over there. Yes, and then we let me go back a little bit over here when I showed the sky picture. Do you see it? I put part of fortune for you guys over here because part of fortune is going to actually trine, and it is an out of sign trine, but it's gonna trine with Venus Ceres, which is nurturing, and also the rice field as well. So rice field going to be affected as well. And Pluto, why is it important? Because of the central government and actually the 1%, the shadow government, whatever we want to call it. It's not conspiracy, there it is. The 1% who hold the wealth, trying to grab this part of fortune, trying to hold on to it desperately because they know the change is coming and they're not going to be anymore who are holding the wealth. They see cryptocurrency and we're going to bypass banking and it's going to be, and for example, the value of the dollar is going to be like, oh, why? And if it is, then everything else is going, because actually the BRICS nations right now came up with the new currency. They're going to pay the oil and all natural resources with that currency. So for example, if somebody wants to invest, I don't, check out BRICS, because over there, and even ruble would be a lot stronger Russian money. But the BRICS currency going to be really strong. And because of the election and around the election, what I'm gonna show with that Mars-Pluto opposition and Mars retrograde, yes, that it's going to be a conflict over there. Okay. And then if you can see the sky picture again, because we have to involve that just right now, it is just before the election. It is over here. We had a Kazemi actually in Sagittarius. It created a T square with Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn is overthrown by Jupiter. That it's going to be either, and because Pluto and Mars opposition, somebody is taking the throne, a son is taking a throne from a father. So either it could be like a politician going to be out and the vice president gonna come in, or it could be literally Charles and William, and Charles actually is in very bad condition. I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so I just wanted to show the picture. Why are we still talking about Saturn with Mars retrograde? Because it's interconnected, right? Because of its opposing Pluto. All right, so I'm going forward, and then I can talk about the Sabian symbol over here. And when you check the Sabian symbol, it's gonna happen in 6 degrees, 37 minutes, but you have to check the 7 degrees of Leo always, right? So that is the constellation of stars shine brilliantly in the night sky. Why is it important? Because we need to get guidance, guys. We are preparing this video for you so you get guidance and you can get prepared and you have clarity, because you see the big picture, you see the greater good over here, which is eventually going to unfold. Of course, we are going through a very heavy, long labor, like a 40 hours labor. And, it is also Martian energy because you have to push that baby out. Or if you have C-section, cut is Mars as well. It's painful. Yes, it's painful. But eventually in 2 years, when the synodic cycle also closing, it's going to be amazing for us. Yes, so you have to rely on your inner guidance and your spiritual insight and your higher perspective as well. So that's what I wanted to say about the Sabian symbol. There is always hope here, guys, always hope. And the Mars orbit, if you don't know, or if you are not very well, you don't have good knowledge in astrology yet, then that takes actually 87 days for Mars to go around the zodiacal cycle. So it's about like 2 years over there. and it's going to stay in retrograde 72 days every 2 years, right? So I just wanted to give you this. Mars is losing power. All malefic, when it goes to retrograde, it's losing its power a little bit, especially in Cancer when it's in fall also. So that's why it's gonna be something good for the interest rate over there when it's gonna drop back, to retrograde over there. So,
For real
and
estate, you mean? It correction
yes,
of the interest.
yes, it's gonna be a big correction over there. And, just some role in the zodiac for Mars, its willingness to fight, its rules actually Scorpio and Aries. It's very pioneering spirit. It's really courageous. It's taking actions, very assertive. It needs immediate gratification, for example, very impulsive as well. And, it's connected with heat and it wants to transform, especially actually in Scorpio. It wants to transform us. So, it is the protector, especially in Cancer. Mars is the protector. It is very raw energy, and it could be destructive, definitely, but transformative as well. And in Scorpio, which is Scorpio, is the theme of death and rebirth and transformation, anything to do with taboos, with sex, and actually with abortion and miscarriages as well. So we're going to see some kind of law coming and some kind of protest about abortions law, because it's opposing actually Pluto, and it's definitely going to be a protest, especially when Pluto goes to Aquarius, and Aquarius ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So protest against government. Uranus is, like out with the old and bringing the innovation and the new one, and let's protest for our abortion rights or female rights or whatever you want to, reproductive rights, actually, that's how they call. All right. And then, once I was watching, it was like 4 years ago when, and they call Anthony Cooper. No, it is Chris Bernard, and his all-time podcaster was actually talking about Mars, but Mars was in retrograde in Sagittarius back then. And they had a really great association with Mars being like the transformer, the intense heat, because of for example, the sword, what they are creating with the heat actually is also Martian energy, and it takes everything in particles first, right, to create something what we can fight with. And guys, really the angels has swords as well, because they always want to fight against the evil. We have to understand we need our swords over here, because of we will need to fight against the evil. You cannot close your eyes. You all have to stand up for your rights. So yes, Mars definitely could be the terrorist and the hero as well. Choose who you want to be. Do you want to be a hero? Do you want to be someone who is actually capable to lead and be a whistleblower? Not necessarily whistleblower, but start something, initiate something, and transforming your world for the better. So that is really important. And then of course, if you would like to read, there is Paulo Coelho, who actually were reading and writing about in The Alchemist, the Warrior of the Lights, and every warrior of the lights has felt afraid or going into battle. Every warrior of the light has at some time in the past lied or betrayed someone. Every warrior of the light has trodden a path that was not his. So I'm not going to read all of it for you. If you would like to have this quote, go Google it or read the book. It is beautiful. But this is really good to bring it in right now. You can take a picture right now, a screenshot, if you would like to read it further. The history, I wanted to bring up the history as well because of, when we had actually Mars retrograde in Cancer, it was in Cancer and Gemini, not Leo and Cancer. So it started in Cancer, went back to Gemini, but that was 2027, 2028, and it started to the foreclosure in America and all over in the world. So it's affected the home market tremendously. And this will definitely affect the market. So we're going to see a lot more foreclosure coming up because of when it's going to drop back on January 7th to Cancer. And in Cancer, it's fall. And you have to understand the US market is Sagittarius rising. Cancer in the eighth house of mortgage and interest rate and debts. So obviously, we're going to have a lot of foreclosure over there. However, the good side, which is, yin and yang, we also going to have the rates going down and more affordable housing going to be built. So yes, there is a lot of positive out from this tug of war as well.
Can I
So
ask you something? Last time, 2007, 2008, when Mars was retrograde in Cancer, did it oppose Pluto in Aquarius as well?
no, because
Capricorn.
no,
Did it
Pluto in
oppose?
Capricorn. Let's see. So
Okay.
2008, yes, it did.
So,
You know why?
so the
Because
energy is
2000,
like so similar to what was in 2007, 2008.
because that's when actually 2008 when Pluto entered Capricorn. So that was the very beginning of the energy. Right now we get the closure, the ending. So that's why it's very similar as well. So yes, indeed. It did, and that's why it started, and Pluto is banking and interest rate, but it was the very beginning. And right now we got the end of that. Yes. So, and I wrote, I was reading about the anti-immigration riots, and it's not necessarily connected right away in England with Mars retrograde, but it will intensify. Why? Because of Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is immigration, right? And because of its taking and creating a T square with actually Jupiter, I showed you the sky picture the moment Mars is going retrograde and opposing the Casime in Sagittarius, right? Which is also getting visas and green card and asylum. But Saturn in Pisces is immigration and border protection. So that's why I just brought this up. It's going to unfortunately intensify. So that's why you have to teach yourself, because a lot is based on fake news, like doesn't matter. People are thinking because of I mean, that was terrible when I was reading about that, but educate yourself before you do anything. And I just only want to tell you, because Mars and Pluto is very dangerous, guys. When you see somebody is fighting, don't engage. Don't initiate fights, guys. And if you have to protect your loved one when Mars is going back to Cancer, protect them against the bully. Yes, you are. You can protect yourself, obviously. You have to protect yourself, but try not to engage, because this is nasty, nasty, nasty energy. So, and then I did some research over here, and then, yes, the housing market crashed back there, and it was the very beginning of the opposition. Right now, we're going to get the end of it. It's going to happen 3 times. Obvious interest rate is going down because of the lot of foreclosure. They have to do something over there. And Mars is going to extendly stay in Leo. So I was talking about that because of it's going to actually stay here for months, because November 4th, it enters, Leo. It's going to be opposing Pluto, but it's out of sign opposition again. And January 6th, it's going 7th, actually, when it's going to go back to Cancer. So all the time here, it's 4 months. And in Leo, because of this is the bigger brother, it's very confident, very dynamic, bold, and courageous, has a lot of desire and wants success, crave for success. But that's what I said. Don't involve in fights, because when it's gonna go to retrograde, he thinks he's still strong, right? because Mars and Leo, he still think, but actually doesn't have the right tools to fight with because it's in retrograde, doesn't have the right words to say to support himself or herself, doesn't have the right words to debate, so it's losing its power. You think you are good, you think you are protecting and safe. So don't start anything. And then don't initiate new project for sure, but not getting into fight. And and it's going to stay 6 months in Cancer in fall, and it's gonna go in retrograde for January 7th till February 24th. It's like 6 weeks over there, and maybe even 7. So it's going to be very, very intense because Mars really wants to take actions, but in fall and in retrograde, it's like so exhausted, and like truly very sensitive and really, really emotional. And it's going to actually highlight the emotionality and sensitivity in us. So yes, just the power struggle over here between Pluto and Mars during this time, and like we want to honor and we want recognition, but maybe we won't get it. Leo really want to have recognition. They like to be on stage and center of attention. You have a Leo moon, and me too. So people like to shine. The princesses and Leo sun especially, they love to. So this is, and we're not going to have that much energy because it's going to be somehow withdrawn. We're gonna feel tired during this time, and the leadership and power crisis going to happen, and then. Because of what I really wanted to mention over here, it's actually Trump and King Charles because of they going to be affected the most, and also Vance as well. So I just going to quickly go through to show you the pictures, guys, and let me see how can I have a new share. So share, and so how do I go out from this? Actually, let me see. How can I go out from this slideshow?
Uh, let's see. I don't know.
Oh, show meeting, slideshow, show.
Maybe
Okay, you know
stop.
what? I'm gonna go further, and I just going to quickly show the charts. So yes, that is definitely crisis with multiple rulers, multiple uh, leaders, unfortunately, and it could be the death of King Charles. It's very, very bad for him. Definitely going to affect Biden, and Biden going to be affected actually by the next full moon in Taurus, which is conjuncting Algol and opposing his sun in the 12th house.
Mm.
So when I going to say right now my last prediction for the outcome again, I still stay with my prediction before, but I'm gonna explain in more in depth why it's going to happen. So yes, so it's downfall of readers and rulers and significant rulers, and because of it's gonna happen the first opposition right before the election, it's going to be very important. Everybody stay still. No market is moving because of we are waiting for the US election, guys.
Mm.
Everybody is the beehive where Mars is going to go retrograde on. Everybody is so anxious inside and ready to fight, and people are actually fighting like crazy. Even if you go out to Publix, buy something and screaming and fighting, what is wrong with you guys? So there is a lot of fight around, yes. So yes, and Trump also going to get affected, and I'm gonna show its chart because unfortunately he also going to be affected by the full moon as well. And I think political violence is such a terrible thing to do, but I really think they're going to try to to go through with the killing of him. Unfortunately, yes. Let's talk about stock market and economic a little bit because of Leo rules gold and Cancer rules silver.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's going to be deep a dip right now, not for a long time. Don't get scared. Don't start to sell, guys. Please don't panic, because you have to understand on a long term. I never actually uh, encourage people to do day trading. And I tell you why, because my brother was a gambler, and I really hate gambling. And for me, day trading is gambling, actually. So always, like, my favorite is Warren Buffett. I adore this man, and he's so knowledgeable and so good with stock and everything. Never panic, because somehow always the market corrects itself. You might have to wait a long time, but it does correct itself. All right. So there is going to be some kind of issue with diamond mining. So right now, because of we're going to use the not carbohydrate. Oh my God, I need to lose weight. That's why subconsciously, I'm talking about carbohydrate. it's, it's the carbon monoxide. Okay. So we're going to create actually from carbon monoxide, diamonds. So we're not going to mine it anymore. They just create that in lab, and it's gonna be the same structure. And anyway, you guys know diamond not supposed to be that expensive. Somebody just said, okay, actually we have less gold, guys. Do you understand? We have only left like a one huge pool of gold to mine, and diamond we have a lot, but just because of somebody decided from the 1%, that is what is going to be expensive and the precious stone. That's why people are crazy about that. Actually, emerald and ruby value more, but and has more healing properties as well. But whatever, read. But that's what gonna happen. And then deep of gold and deep of moon silver as well.
So
And
you think
any
that they'll be
down,
changing?
decrease. The value is decreasing. It's a dip, yes. But after that, it will come back. And because of we were talking about the iron as well, and also the steel as well, and the coal. So mining coal, it's also going to be issue. Why? Because of yesterday night, I was thinking before this, I was like, okay, what I'm gonna talk about here. And I was like, it's obvious. Pluto is mining, Mars is accident, Mars is coal. There is going to be, unfortunately, a lot of mining accidents, but I think right now. And when I went back to history, it was also when Pluto Mars was they stuck in the mine, and I don't know, 27 of them died in 2008. So, like this is also possible then. Yes. Okay, we were talking about that, and what else is yes, anything to do with precious metals, there is a shift over there, and also mining issues going to happen as well. And then gun policies. Yes, because of Mars and Pluto is, when Pluto gonna go to Aquarius, it's going to oppose January 6th with Mars again in Leo. So that is gun control, right? Because Aquarius is more philanthropic and Aquarius more for the tribe. It's ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So Uranus going to force Saturn to actually do something about the gun control, like, and anything to do right before it's gonna dip in to Cancer again to protect our children in school. So that is going to be a new security and also national security. And guys, last time I didn't mention that. Do you know that quick pass, we have it as well when you travel to different countries. And if you have money, you can have the quick pass, right? The global citizen. And right now, I think they're gonna take it away, at least temporary, yes, because there is going to be some kind of issue. Because if you have money, you can go without checking. You can mule drugs or guns. What is wrong with people? I don't understand. And poor people is the one who not necessarily going to, not even or cannot buy a gun or whatever. But I was like, oh my God, so if somebody is pay for you, you can go. This is crazy. So it's going to be a change also with global entry, I think, as well. And then when Mars is going to go direct, it's going to be February 24th. I was talking about that before. February 24th, when 3 years ago, the Ukraine and Russian war started, guys. I told you that is a pivotal time. Why? Mars gonna get very, very, very strong, but it's still in fall in Cancer. So it's getting stronger, but still in fall, okay? But the protector and the defender. And Korea, as it is right now, 4 days ago, gave a lot of help, and a lot of people went to Russia to help Russia. So do your prediction, but that's there. Okay, and yes, there is emotional turmoil. We will talk about that. We also have to talk about the flu season because of obviously when it's gonna go Cancer, January 7th. Cancer is your pulmonary issues, anything to do with your lung, pneumonia, you know.
Mm.
So there it's go, yeah, yeah, asthma.
Cancer of
So
the lungs, parts of.
yes, yeah, parts of the lungs. Uh-huh. Yes, it does. It's anything to do with respiratory over here. So, yeah. And Mars over there, even if it's in fall and it's in retrograde, it's going to bring back from the past. So maybe we're going to see increase in COVID, increase in flu, some kind of other pulmonary disease, yes, the flu-like symptoms kind of. So do the prevention, do your own apple, not apple cider, fire cider. It's very easy to make and it's amazing for the whole family. Use honey as well. If you want to, I have my own recipe. I can put it over there for you guys. And, you can read about it and make your fire cider. Make sure your immune system is very strong. Your gut is very strong. Pluto is your gut. As we talked about with Lada before, parasite cleanse is very important. I have an amazing protocol. If you need it, I can also tag it over there with the fire cider. It's amazing. And the what is that probiotic, take a lot of probiotic and your children as well because that's going to be really good. Yes, so we were talking about the home finances and domestic stability. When it's going to be in Cancer again and it's still out of sign opposition with Pluto, and Pluto is mortgages, that is going to be the interest rate going on down, and that is going to be a support for affordable housing because of Uranus over there is affordable housing. It is helping the vets. Why? Because it's opposing Mars. Mars is the fallen surgeon in Cancer. That is the veterans. I was talking about that. This is amazing. We're going to have opportunity to build tiny houses for homelesses and veterans. So this is all good. Actually, it has some kind of good economy news over here, with that because of the first homeowner buyers going to have more opportunities here. Yes. And at least the market gonna go because right now it's frozen. Nobody makes money, nothing is going. But definitely there is also home security if you want to invest in home security system because that it could be like, yeah, it would be great actually as well. So you will see, and definitely climate change, because in Leo, even if it's retrograde, it's going to bring in heat and fire. In Cancer, it's going to be storms, like crazy storms, late hurricanes. Even in December, we might going to see some kind of hurricanes over there. But because of Pluto is under volcanic activity, right?
Mm.
So there you go. It is could be something. And why do you see where is actually Aquarius ruler, which is not only Uranus but also Saturn as well? Saturn in Pisces under volcanic activity. Uranus is in a fixed star Taurus, which is the Earth, Mother Gaia itself, obvious, right? And we're going to have a very heavy full moon in Aquarius, which is not Aquarius, full moon in Taurus, which is, connect with Algol as well. All right, so yes. And then the opposition between Mars and Pluto, actually, yes, here it is. That is the first one in November 3rd and 4th, 2023. And January 3rd and between the 6th, 2025 and April 27 is the last one. I forget the last one out of heart. But yes, that is a lot of, it's questioning the status quo. It's questioning, which news to listen and where is the power belong, or do we even have to listen politicians as well? So it could question everything. It goes against the established power. It's a chaos, a social unrest against the established power, a conflict, a major conflict over there. And that it's going to be a lot of scandals, what I said, between the elites as well, and also the famous people, celebrities, anything to do with in sports and very famous in sports, or also it could be the PDD trial, which is going to fold out and bring in a lot of people who gonna be fallen after him. They going to be gone and in prison. Why in prison? Because North not gonna go to Pisces and then prison over there. So they're going to actually seek for compassion and that kind of situation and want to put the one who belong from prison, because Saturn is still in Pisces conjunct North Node. Obviously, the law is going to support the victims, and they're gonna stay there. So it is just a little bit of Pluto mythology. We don't have to talk about that, but breaking down existing structures and revealing hidden truths over here. It's regeneration, it's rebirth, guys. We got actually an opportunity to see the unseen, because it's going to come up, and we get an opportunity right now to act against it and act against what's going on. Yes, I was talking about the breakdown. I'm not going to mention that over here. The financial power struggle over here, I mentioned that because of Venus, Pluto, Ceres conjunct opposing Mars, but also because of trine actually to the part of fortune. So the centralized power, the elite wants to hold on to everything. So guys, careful with the money in the bank. I tell you why. Obvious, if you common sense, the loan is coming from our money that we put in the bank. They gave out a lot of loans, right? Because of the real estate market started to bloom, so there are a lot of mortgage. And right now, when chaos gonna come, and it will, then everybody wants their money right away. They're gonna go, and you cannot withdraw in America more than $10,000. So slowly you have to take it out. Make sure it is in the right safe and nobody can steal it, because it's also there is danger to keep your money. Make sure it's hidden. Make sure maybe you buy silver and gold. It's gonna dip. So it is the time right now to buy. And I'm telling you why silver is more important, because when it's going to be time of need, for a silver coin you can buy food, but why would you give a gold coin? Have like smaller values over there and not just bars. I keep telling that don't just buy bars, because this is going to be, buy the coins, because that's less value and you can pay for items with silver coin or gold coin. So that will be really, really important as well. And definitely the market going to go up and down, because of we are entering a phase of, the war is going to get extended. As I said before, look what happened, right? Look at Israel and look at the situation on the Middle East. Everybody is involved right now, obvious. Okay. So the gun stock, military defense still going to go up. It is just a matter of uh, I know it's gonna go up. I knew that right away in last year, October. I just couldn't buy it because I was like, I cannot somehow support something that I'm against. So this is my own soul. And yeah, maybe I am stupid and I should have, because then I would be very well financially, but somehow my soul didn't let it happen. So yes, the financial elite is trying to grab on that part of fortune. All right. And part of fortune is in Gemini, so they are smart and they are using the misinformed. Because if you are misinformed, unfortunately, if you have no knowledge, unfortunately, they can manipulate you guys. That's it. That's why you need to read, you need to listen, you need to learn, because then you are not manipulated. That's why I love Warren Buffett. That is the man who actually loves integrity and intelligence, and that's why he is rich and who, keep
He-
his wealth.
Warren Buffett sold all his banking stocks, Bank of America, JP Morgan,
Yeah.
and the speculations that those banks very soon are going to basically collapse, like what happened
Yeah.
2007, 8. And they have the right since 2008 to do bail-ins. It means instead of the government giving the money, they take the money from people who has their savings in the bank. Like they did
Yes.
it in Greece or Cyprus.
Yeah.
They did a bail-in. So people didn't receive their money. The banks kept a big portion of them. They can
It's in Hungary. That's what I was talking about. Take your money out. Yes, Chase and European Central Bank. I checked Capital One. They all going down. Yes, we're gonna bypass banking. Yes, they're going to use the money what's on the savings. Yes, because of the government's not going to be able, and the insurance also going to change because this is like Bologna right now. Actually, Minerva is right now with Mars. So Minerva is health asteroid. So over there we will see some kind of positive things with health insurances or life insurances, maybe. But after a while, these banks and insurance companies thrive on your money, what you're just giving them and you never get sick. So they're going to keep it and withhold it, and the banks as well. So that's why I said in Hungary happened also with my friends. Please be careful, because if you have a huge saving in the bank, banks goes down, you might be the one who is losing that. And not just that, guys, really protect your passwords and don't start to buy right now from strangers website anything, because they are hackers. Pluto in Aquarius, it's going to rise a new generation of hackers. They're gonna be brilliant, those children. And with this opposition, this is hackers as well. Also, cryptocurrency could be. Bitcoin is still okay right now. Gonna be, and because of Pluto, gonna go on Bitcoin Sun, Progress Sun. Right now, it's on, and Progress Jupiter, actually, Progress Jupiter first. It's still going to hold its value and going up word a little bit, but when it's gonna go to the Progress Sun in a few years, I think it's gonna disappear.
like
Uh,
Bitcoin is going to disappear as a currency.
yeah, yes, but not just yet. About 7 years when it's going to hit the progress sun and it's going to be exact. Because of, do you remember when Bitcoin actually, they stole a lot of Bitcoin from the account of people when Pluto hit the Bitcoin natal sun, it was a lot of stealing. So right now it's out of that. It's on the natal Jupiter, so it is still going. After it's in Aquarius, gonna hit the
Okay.
Jupiter in 3 degree, the progress Jupiter, so it's still going. But when it's gonna reach the progress sun, it's again disappears and stealing. Yes,
Do you have any
but it's
idea
gonna be late.
which cryptocurrency they're preparing to use worldwide as a financiers? Because you're also a financial expert. Do you know if
Yeah,
there's any coin that they're preparing to be the CBD or whatever?
it's gonna be new ones, what is coming up.
Mhm.
And we're going to talk about that, but because of we really don't know who did Bitcoin and where exactly, we have a chart for Bitcoin, right? But it's not the exact chart. So we don't even know who is behind. So that's why I truly believe when it's going to hit the progress sun, it could disappear because of they were very smart. They're not coming out with their names. We don't know who is behind them. Like maybe FBI, maybe CIA, maybe like who is behind. We don't know. Uh, so it could disappear. Yes, we were talking about the beehive, which is Mars moon, and we were talking about, oh, this is good because Ocellus Borealis actually it's Mars and Sun energy. Sorry, and actually, the aurora itself, so it's going to indicate more solar flares because the aurora borealis, aurora, the asteroid over there, actually it's creating the beauty, the dance of the beautiful lights, but actually that fixed star, Ocellus Borealis, is initiating the Mars and Sun. Um, it's initiating the flare in the sun, so
Mm.
we're going to have more radiation because I told you guys before, actually the aurora, the beautiful beautiful aurora is 5G, 4G, 3G storm, so it is radiation. So we have to be careful. And the next 2 years, we're going to have very, very intense auroras all over the world, very high frequencies. Yes. And solar storm, power grids, 5G technology, also invest in this. It's really, really good. Anything to do with Uranian energy, like for example, Uranus still in detriment in Taurus, but it's still surveillance cameras, anything to do with windmill, anything to do with solar energy, for example. Those are still really, really great investment as well. And ChatGPT, quantum AI, Tesla, those going to go. Yes. And yes, when I was talking about Minerva and Cetus, Cetus actually is a very aggressive and war-driven energy. So it is conjuncting with Mars at one point, and unfortunately opposing Pluto. Yes, the conflict is going to actually extend. So that is, but definitely with Minerva going to be there, we're going to have different kind of strategies with health and like how we defend our body, for example. We're going to use more holistic as well, and it's going to be new policies as well. New insurance are coming in. It's going to be definitely introduced as well. So, and what else? We were talking about, and we were talked about the military conflicts and the natural disasters. I already mentioned that, so we don't need to mention again. Oh, altar, because altar actually it's ambition and anything to do with creativity and success, and Pluto gonna go there. So obviously, back and forth Pluto on altar. This is a fixed star, and it's going to make us want to know more. And it's going to extend intelligence. And why is it important? If you guys were reading maybe the Kennedy books, the real Anthony Fauci, and the behind Vahun, the truth behind Vahun. What is the where it started the COVID? Okay, the C-19. That's the book title. I forget. I was reading it, but I forget the title. Too much information. But over there, he was talking about that how the intellect decreased during C-19, not just because of the vaccines, but the separation, and we were segregated. Actually, women who were pregnant during this time, their children were born with 7 point less intelligence, IQ. And our children who were kept home, and we didn't have time because that was chaos and fear, dropped 5 point.
Mm.
So right now, because of Pluto gonna go to altar, and it's actually in Uranian energy. Uranus is the genius. So finally, intellect, and like the transit Uranus gonna go to Gemini, which is gonna be like, yes, intellect gonna be very, very important. And I'm so happy about this because I can stand cuckoo paper. I mean, who start to fight and has not read one book, or like, oh my God, I can't. Yeah, so There is definitely a geopolitical change as well because of the war, because the war is extending, because of Saturn, which is land, is in Pisces, which is borders. And the moment Mars goes to retrograde, that's why I told you guys, that's why the picture of the heaven, it's really important. It's creating a T square with Jupiter and also there in the sun, Cosimi with Mercury. So contract, new signs, new geopolitical structures and lands. So yes, that's what's gonna happen. And definitely the old dice, new is coming over here. It's gonna come with tension and it's going to come with with fight, with battle. You know, the battlefield, the war itself, it's always destructive. But what's coming out from it, the peace after to experience and you know, that's gonna be great. So that's what it is. And you know, and that I did, yeah, cryptocurrency. All right, digital assets. Okay, so there is going to be some kind of scandal with cryptocurrency because Pluto is going to go to Aquarius. Aquarius ruled Uranus by Uranus and Saturn. And whoever created crypto, that's what I was like, because it's going against Mars. So actually the cyber attacks could go also to take the bank accounts and cryptocurrency accounts. So we have to actually be careful over there with our cryptos as well. So just make sure you're checking your credit every day in the morning as a habit. Check your crypto account, you know, is it any manipulation over there? If it is, right away you can block it. So it has to be actually a kind of new way of living. And it's not fear, but preparation. Just check it all the time and then you will be fine because you will see it right away. Yes, but territorial, actually integrity, military influence, what we were talking about right now, border issues, border crisis. As I said, the UK had it, Mars-Pluto opposition, obvious, defending my land, going against the immigrants, it's going to be there. Yes. All right, so public scandals, we were talking about that. But the saving grace is the mini triangle over here, because the same time we're going to have Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, late degrees, and it's going to create a mini triangle, which is like, you know, Pluto in critical degrees, it's going to bring in help for us. So that is a saving grace. Neptune is forgiveness and compassion. Art, we're going to find relief in art, we're going to find peace in art. So this is really, it's beautiful, and also sudden insights as well. A lot of people going to become psychic and get that very, very strong vision. I have it often, but you know, anybody can have it right now, and we're going to be influenced by that. So this final degrees, that is going to be our saving grace. And, you know, okay, so right now I want to go out from here and just want to share Trump and just for 1 second.
Just stop sharing and come in again.
Okay, stop share. Okay, stop share. Okay,
Right.
thank you. Oh my God, I'm so cuckoo. This is terrible.
Oh, you have so much knowledge. You covered every aspect of reality here.
Yeah, I try to. Okay, right now I don't see you. Okay, I have it. Oh,
I was
finally.
I was hoping you'd say something, oh, Mars and Cancer don't fight with your in-laws, your family, but you gave us a whole markets, cryptocurrencies, wars, natural
Yeah,
disaster.
don't fight with your parents. You
Yes,
know,
okay.
don't fight with them, you know. Take it as they want to, you know,
So that
want to with the children. Here are the children, you know, whatever. Don't fight with your in-laws. Yes, because this could be nasty. You know, we not thinking and we just blur out something but we totally going to regret. And it is, the election is coming up, it is a lot of family fights because of stupidity, you know, like you should not even mention that in a family dinner in Thanksgiving or, you know, before, whatever. Stop it. Stop it. So that could be. All right. So this is that is Biden chart. And I just quickly going to say what is my prediction over here. So my prediction, I stay and I stand with my prediction before. Both of them going to be in detriment. Uh, uh, Jupiter and also which is rules the opposition, which is Trump. And I said Kennedy going to get a role from Trump, and he did a week later when
Yes,
we were talking about that.
it doesn't show exactly like a president, but if he's gonna get like some high position, yeah.
Yes, but the other thing is over here. My prediction is like we're not going to know the 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 end for a long time because of both of them is in detriment. So first of all, Kamala Harris ascendant is 24 degrees Gemini. Trump's sun is 22 degrees Sun. 22 degrees by Nicola. It is a kill or to be killed. But I checked it, and actually 22 degrees fixed stars, fixed could be really, really bad influence of karmic degree. So I don't know what's going to happen over here, but definitely both of them going to claim victory, and neither of them going to be the victors. So the triumph is also on both of one of their sun and one of them ascendant. So that's why they claim victory. But because of they are ruled by Mercury, Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius detriment, and the political party of US is Mercurian because it's Virgo, right? So that is going to be detriment, and the opposition party is Jupiter. It's also in detriment in Gemini, obvious. That's what it is. And I tell you why. Because neither gonna get the electoral votes. Why? It's happened in the 1800 ones. Because Kennedy couldn't withdraw himself yet. Because a lot of states closed the opportunity to withdraw himself. He's on the ballots. A lot of people still gonna go and vote for Kennedy because they just want to vote and they just feel they have to be in this and they're gonna vote for Kennedy. And then that is taking away the electors from the two who is really running. So neither of them going to get the 276, which happened before, or one of them gonna get the popular and other going to get the electoral. So when something happens like this, they have to rule together. In 2021, I wrote an
That's
article.
possible? That's
Yes, it happened. It happened in the 1800s, not with this two though, but yes, it could be ruled by, that is in the Constitution. Yes, it has to be. However, I tell you something, not with this two man, and anyway, Trump is in real danger. And guys, don't come with this like I want something bad for someone. I never wish ill for anyone or die. I'm translating astrology, so don't come with that why I wish bad for someone. But here it is. What is happening right now? So one is electoral, one is other one. And 2021, I did an article and I wrote about that. I see the two combined together. And when Kennedy started to run, I was like, oh, maybe that's what I saw, maybe that is an independent and it's the two values is combined, but actually not right now. I understand what I saw. So here is Biden, and Biden going to have the Taurus full moon going to be with Uranus opposing his sun. He's out. And why do I say that also? Because we had the eclipse as one in 24 degrees opposing his midheaven. So either or, right before inauguration day, before his term is over, he gonna be out. If it's 1 week before, if it's 2 weeks before, free, he's out. So yes, Kamala Harris temporary going to get a presidentship. That's what I think from this, because she has to step in, but just temporary, right? And then here is the other thing which I wanted to show Trump, and I want to go, and actually I brought up for you guys the progress chart as well. And here is Trump. He has Pluto in the first house. he has actually, is it Trump? He has progressed Saturn over here in 3 degrees, where is Cetus, the asteroid of discord and, very, very bad. And Mars is gonna go in this degree for him retrograde, affecting his natal Pluto, affecting his progress Saturn, opposing Pluto, right? Plus the Uranus full moon, which is conjunct Uranus, the Taurus full moon, going to again affect his ascendant. So they really try to kill Trump. They really, and here is his progress sun opposing Saturn. It could be either a poison or it could be some kind of Uranus's flying object, right? So they can manipulate his airplane. Why do I say that? Because Vance has the same ascendant.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I,
showing me.
yeah, so I see something manipulating with Uranian energy, unfortunately, there. And they really try to do that. And then I just wanted to show you guys actually what is that King Charles over here for 1 second. And King Charles also
We don't
has
see anything though. We haven't been seeing anything.
from King Charles.
No, we haven't seen anything you share.
Oh, why? Okay, so here it is. Share. Do you see it now?
Now, yes. Now, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back. So that is just quickly King Charles. King Charles, here is the ascendant Mars gonna go, actually retrograde for him, opposing Pluto, right? And that is also squaring his moon. His health is down, he's out. So he will be out. He also has a Leo ascendant, and Saturn also affecting him. Like this is death over here. So unfortunately, his health going to go down really badly, and I think he's out. And then I'm going to show Trump quickly for you guys because of what I was talking about. Donald Trump. Where is Trump? Here somewhere. Here is Trump. Okay. So here is Trump. He has progressed Saturn over here in 3 degrees. There is Cetus, Pluto in 10 degrees, natal Pluto, opposing Pluto back and forth, right? So this is very bad. The full moon going to happen on his midheaven Uranus. Somebody wants to take him out. Uranus is helicopter or airplane. It's squaring his Mars and ascendant. So they really try to unexpectedly take care of him, and his Saturn is opposing progress sun over there, and his progress moon is in Scorpio also. So, by energy, it is also affected by this full moon here. So they really want to get rid of him. So not necessarily he will be living until the inauguration day if something maybe if he wins that they really want to kill him, and I hope he knows because Trump actually used feng shui designers for the Trump Tower, so hopefully he knows astrology, and he has, because it could be. And Kamala Harris actually had a very, very bad, Harris, she had a very bad, not we don't want Hillary Clinton. Where is Kamala Harris? Okay, here is Harris. Uh, so the first eclipse in Pisces, and we only gonna have lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipse, guys, it's a fated event. You cannot manipulate. That is the 1/3 what we cannot do anything about in our life. And unfortunately, this is negative, right? Lunar eclipse are negative. And look at the eclipse for her. It was here for her in the 10th house, and it squared her ascendant and north node, her mission.
Mhm.
So obviously the lunar eclipse already started something bad for her, and her progress solar return chart on the 20s is crap. Like it's very, very bad. I checked it, but this is already saying there is something what is blocking her as well. So guys, I don't know. I think neither of them going to get the electoral, or one electoral or other popular. Definitely it's going to go deep into, we're gonna recount and recount and recount and not gonna know the answer for a while. but we are staying still. Beehives, try to be protective with our own ones. Yes, don't initiate fight, don't fight with your loved ones. Even if you feel like you want to divorce, don't fight right now because probably you cuckoo right now and you don't know the right answers. So just wait a little bit until this nasty energy is out, and let's pray, let's chant. I chant every day for world peace and obesity and cancer and war, I mean against war, but chant, and because it is powerful, at least it gives you peace, but it is really powerful. And yes, I showed Biden also, and you didn't see, guys, why I said what I said, because of here gonna happen in his sixth house of hell, the full moon, and it's opposing his sun, obviously, and the Pisces eclipse opposed his midheaven. He's out, and as I said, even if it's 2 weeks, he not doing the term. It could be 1 week, 2 week before. That's why somehow the trophy gonna press to Harris, but it's temporary or short. It's gonna be a big, big chaos.
Thank you so much, Christina. A lot of information. That's mind-boggling. I have to
I'm
go through it
sorry.
again because there was so much there. Let's pray that a lot of this is mitigated. As you said, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune are in this
Yes,
style, so there's a lot of protective energies at the same
yes.
time. But what interesting next few months with Mars retrograde.
Yeah.
It's happening right on my ascendant. So
Oh my God. Really?
yeah, on my descendant. So and
Okay.
on my ascendant. So we'll see.
Oh, then just tell your husband to not speed because of, that is, yeah, that is just be careful, mindful with speeding. That's it. He has to listen to
If it has
you.
to happen, whatever God has.
Yeah. Yes, I
I'll
know.
tell him, let's get pregnant. I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Pluto after all.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. May God protect us all. Thank you again for your insight and everyone who's been watching and who wants to connect to Christina for personal horoscope. As you can see, she's like amazing in depth and not afraid to make predictions. So putting links below for you, and may you be blessed and may you use this energy of Mars retrograde to the highest possible
Yes.
application and way for everyone involved.
And we can, guys. I truly believe we are capable. We just really have to hold hand. The warrior of the lights, read it and be the warrior of the lights, please. And then we are good. Because if you are heroic, if you are a hero and don't close your eyes, then we are manifest something amazing. I trust me, we will.
Amen. Let's
Amen. All right then.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much for listening. Bye for now. Take care.